Glamming with Arena. I am new to YouTube and I'm so excited because this is something that I've wanted to do for a really long time. It's something that I have tried before but couldn't really find my niche yet. I feel like I have found it. A little bit about me. I am 27 years old. I live in Virginia now, but I'm originally from Louisiana and left there and went to college in Alabama and graduated with my marketing degree. So I have a little bit of background in, sales and things of that nature. I've been in cosmetics, which is what my channel will be more about. It'll be more about beauty and lifestyle in my life. And I've been in cosmetics for a little over 5 years. I started off as a freelancer. So I freelanced on my own for a while. And while I was in college, I was just kind of doing makeup here and there and kind of making some money like that. And then it wasn't consistent enough for me. So I left that and went to work for a retailer. And I was at that retailer for 3 years. And that's where I, became blended in with a great brand called Lancome, which is where I worked for 2 years. And then I left Lancome and became a freelancer for Lancome. So I left the counter per se to go strictly, direct with the company. And I did that for about 5 months until I was blessed to go into another role as a counter manager at a struggling counter. And I did that for about 3 months until I got married. And now I'm in Virginia. So I'm, here in Virginia, know no one. All my family is down south or deep down south. So it's just me and my husband. And I'm just trying to find something grand for me to do, something that I love to do. And I was like, well, what better way to find something that I absolutely love, which is makeup and teaching and kind of, giving y'all a little bit of part of me. So that's where that's why I'm here, to start my channel and hope, that God blesses me to thrive, because I really do want to thrive. And I want you guys to watch, and I will have some great content. Like today, I did this beautiful look for you. So this is like my everyday look. So if I want to go somewhere and I don't want to put on a dramatic eye or heavy contouring or heavy foundation, I always go for this look. And I think it's an easy enough look for anybody to follow. I give great advice and kind of, show you a little bit about and tell you a little bit about the products that I'm using and the price of the products that I'm using. Some of them are high end, some of them are low end. And if that's what you guys want to see, if you guys want to see more high end product videos or more drugstore videos, I know there are a lot of videos out here. Everybody is doing something in beauty on YouTube now. So I'm just trying to find my way to be different, because I don't want to fit into what everybody else is doing, but I want to kind of start my own path. And I hope you guys love it, because I have a big personality and I want us to have a lot of fun, and I want us to do giveaways, and I want us to do so many great things. And I will be promoting a lot of items in my videos, some things that I have going on in my life right now, and family-wise, like my lashes. My sister owns a lash business, and these are her strip lashes. So she does individuals, and these are part of her strip line, the Rapid Response. Love these lashes. So I'll be introducing a lot of that stuff in my videos too, so you guys can go and shop. Let's just have fun, and I hope you guys. I don't think it'll disappoint. I don't want to disappoint you guys, and like I said, if there's anything that you guys want to see, anything that other people aren't covering, or they're not going in depth with it, and you feel like I can kind of capture what you're looking for, just let me know. And you can always follow me on Instagram, Arena, AY_RENA, and I'll probably put all of my social media names right here. I am also on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. You can, you know, I'll put those names here. So you can go and just click them and follow me. And of course, subscribe. I want you to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all my social media platforms. And let's learn and have fun together, guys. Thank you. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome to Glamming with Rena. Today I'm going to be doing one of my everyday makeup looks. So I'll be using things that are affordable and some things that are not so affordable, but it's Cyber Monday. So you can always go to any of these websites and get discounts for a lot of the products that I am using today. But let's start. So a little bit about my skin. I'm about normal combination. So usually during the winter months, I get a little bit drier. During the summer, I'll get a little bit more oily. So it's usually in my T-zone, like everybody else says, you know, oily in your T-zone, dry around the rest of your face, or normal in the rest of your face. So that's kind of how my skin is. So let's get into a little bit of skin prep. I am going through a few breakouts right now. Well, I wouldn't say breakouts. It's scarring from messing with my breakouts, which you shouldn't do. But anyway, I'm correcting that because it would be a lot worse than this. I'm gonna probably insert some videos of what it used to look like, but it was bad. I was going through a little stress. I was planning my wedding and it just turned my face into a hot mess. So I'm still trying to get that together. But anyways, one of the first products I'm probably gonna use is the Absolute Soft Cream. I don't know if you can see that if my lights are too bright. Let me turn the lights down. It's the Absolute Soft Cream by Lancome. Now, this is one of those pricier items that I was telling you about. This is the 1 ounce jar. This one runs about $120. And they have 2 different formulas. This is the soft cream. They have rich cream, which is for the people who with a little bit more of a drier skin tone or skin type. But I love this cream, as you can tell. It's almost gone. Anyways, I take a little bit of that. And the good thing about this cream is if you're dealing with dryness, but not too dry, which is why I use the soft and not the rich, it kind of helps with visibly reducing fine lines and wrinkles, which I don't have right now, but you know, why not prevent it when you can? And it also gives you 24-hour hydration. So it protects your moisture barrier. And so you'll get that hydration all day long without having to feel so dry in whatever areas you're feeling dry in. And typically I feel dry like around this area throughout the day, especially living in Virginia with the cold weather. I'll feel more dry than more oily. So this is the reason why I use this cream. So a little bit of this goes a long way because it is more of a thicker cream, but it's like it goes from a thick to a thin consistency. But I will definitely recommend buying this because it is amazing. Okay, and then I usually will go in with an eye cream or a serum or something like that. Now, I already kind of applied a little bit of a Genifique eye cream, which is also from the Lancome brand. And that kind of helps with visibly reducing dark circles under the eye and fine lines under the eye as well, which I kind of suffer with a little bit of darkness under the eye and then hyperpigmentation around the mouth. So that's why I like to use a lot of Lancome products. So it looks like this. It comes with a little wand and it's a depuffer. So if you do have puffiness or you deal with anything around the eye area where you feel like you're not getting enough sleep, this you would love. And literally, you just swipe and you can put it on your pressure points and it'll kind of visibly reduce that puffiness where you're seeing it. And you can see a little bit left over here, but I'll kind of do that and kind of put it on the other eye and just blend that in. And always bring your serum or your eye cream up to that brow bone. Never get it in your eye. But a great thing about this product, to make sure you can see it, great thing about this product is they kind of updated it. So it used to be just for under the eye, but now it is also used now to fortify the lashes. Now, it's not saying it helps grow the lashes, it helps fortify the lashes. So just put a little bit on that lash line. Now, I use this day and night. Kind of helps when you get to make, do your makeup in the morning, and you won't be as puffy. Just get on in there. All right, done with that. And I usually just swipe the rest of that in there. And this is just, you always want to do your skin prep, because the better your skin is hydrated and prepped, the better your makeup application will be. Some people like to skip these steps. Some people like to skip moisturizing and exfoliating and things of that nature. Don't do that, because you're cheating yourself out of a great makeup look. You may think, oh, my makeup sucks, and it may not. It may just be your skin. So you need to change what you're doing in your regimen to kind of help your makeup application be better. And don't mind my nails. I'm still hanging on to a couple of them, trying to get them off, but they hurt. So just disregard that. Okay. And finishing off with skincare, I'll take a little bit of my Mario Badescu spray, and this is the aloe, cucumber, and green tea one. I like this because my skin, when I tend to rub, I get irritated. So my skin is tend to get red and things like that. So the aloe in this spray calms my skin down. Just the mist. So after that, I'll take my beauty blender and just kind of press all of those products in together, just to make sure everything has sunk in. I'm moisturized. And we're going to color correct these few spots that I have here when we get to the foundation part. All right, so skin prep is all done. I'm glowy, cute. Don't mind my spots, but good skin prep will set you up for a bomb makeup application. It will. So I always take a little bit of my Absolute Precious Cells lip balm. I know I use a lot of Lancome products. I worked for Lancome about 2.5, 3 years as a beauty advisor. That's where I started, as a part-time beauty advisor. And then I was a freelance artist. So I just freelanced for Lancome, traveled to different stores, and pretty much just made people beautiful. And then after I stopped doing that, I became account manager of a Lancome counter, and I loved doing that. I did that for a short stint until I moved to Virginia to be with my husband. But to move on to the next thing, now some people start with just go straight into the brows, do that kind of thing. I like to start with my foundation. And this is the everyday look, so I'm not going too heavy on foundation today. Now, usually I would use my Lancome Tunnel Doll foundation, but lately I've been liking the Dior Air Flash. Now, at first, I hated this product, y'all. Like, I did not like it. I tried it, and the lady who gave it to me, Jamie, hey Jamie, she gave me this product. She told me to try it because I had really smooth skin. She was like, this would be beautiful on you, and it photographs well for weddings, because like I said, I was getting married at the time. And so I tried it, came back, and I was like, I hate this product. Like, it didn't stay on. I felt like it didn't give me the coverage that I wanted. I was just like, whatever. I just threw it into my pile of foundations that I wear. But then as I got to Virginia, I think it's based off where you live as well, because like I said, I came from Alabama to now I'm in Virginia, and the weather is totally different. It's night and day in weather. So I was like, let me try this again. Love it. Okay. Love, love, love. I'm in the color 5N. And the way, I know it sounds like spray paint. Some people apply it with a brush. I love to apply it with my beauty blender. So, like I said before, I'm going to, and I'm a little under the weather. I've been getting over a cold. So if you hear me kind of nasally, it's because I still got some phlegm. I'm going to take a concealer brush, and this is a Sigma F70 brush. Take a little bit of my color corrector, and this one is the Lancome Tonadol Ultra Wear Camouflage color corrector in Brick Red. A little bit of this goes a long way. I've had this for about maybe a year and a half, and look how full it still is. And I use it every time I do my makeup application, I always use a little bit of it. And you can tell, like, that's how much I have on the brush. It's not a lot. And I'll just tap in my problem areas. And it's just on this side of my face. I don't know why when I was going through my breakouts, it just attacked this side of my face. So this is the side I correct. And then I'll go in with kind of a small little buffing brush. I don't think there's a name on this brush. It was part of a It Cosmetics brush kit. So it's nameless right now. I may look it up and put it in the description box below so you know if you do like the way this brush blends, you can always go and get you one, girl. But I'm just gonna blend out those spots. This is just so you're not using so much foundation, because some people tend to not cover up dark spots and use a buttload of foundation trying to cover them up. But if you if you color correct them first, you won't have to use so much foundation just to cover up those few little spots you may have. So that is my tip of the day. Okay, so I think I blended that good enough. Now this side of my face, I don't really have any spots or anything like that. So that's just gonna color correct those for now. And then, like I said, I'm gonna be using that Air Flash in the color 5M. I'm gonna take the butt of my beauty blender, just spray it, just like that. And then I'm going to press that foundation into the skin. Now, like I said, some people would like to use a brush. Now, when I first started using it, I wasn't using a sponge. I was using something like this. I was actually using this brush. It was a Sigma F80 flat kabuki brush, something like this. So you can apply it if you're more comfortable with a brush than a blender. You know, whatever, you know, fits you. But for me, the blender just works so much better for me than the brush did. So it's your preference. So whatever you want to do. Anyways, so I will spray that. Now I'm not, I don't wear heavy foundation. So if this is, now I don't want to get beat and go out, yes. But this is more of my everyday kind of look. So it's not going to be super full. And usually I like to leave the middle, like under my eye and around the perimeter of my forehead, leave the foundation. Don't hit foundation here. So I never put foundation this area or into this area, because it will tend to cake up. Like when I start to cream contour or add into my concealers, it'll cake up. So if you just hit the spots where you really do need the foundation, you'll be fine. But you don't have to put foundation where you need it, not where just because you're trying to cover your whole face. So I put it in my problem areas. Like I said, I leave my under eye alone. I hit the middle of my forehead. I always go over my brow. I don't know why, I just do. Okay, so I'm gonna look in my mirror because my phone is great quality, yes, but I just need to make sure that all my areas are covered. Now, you see how you can still kind of see a little bit of the spots that I have? I'm just gonna take a little bit more and just dab it, focus right there. The spots are slowly diminishing. Just takes time. And I always blend slightly down my neck. I don't have to because this foundation matches me pretty well. But do it anyway. Why not? Okay. So, like I said, I apply foundation all in these areas except for under my eye and around my forehead because that's where I'm going to add more product. And like I said, it's a natural look, so we don't want to get too cakey. All right. So then we're going to go in with one of my, well, let's switch it up. I'm going to go ahead into my brows. Since I had my base on, I'm going to do my brows. Then I'm going to come back to my concealer and my cream contour and everything like that. And when I do wear shadows on an everyday look, it's basic. So it's usually 1 or 2 shades. If I want to jazz it up a little bit, I may do like a bright orange or something like that. We're gonna see where it goes. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but we'll do it together. Let's see. So what I do is, okay, don't laugh at my spoolie. It used to be an eyebrow pencil that had a spoolie on it, but I used the eyebrow pencil, so I just use the spoolie. But I just brush through my brow. I always brush them going up and then kind of like even them out like that. And then brush through this one. Ooh, what is that? Brush through this one. I do need my eyebrows done, y'all, so don't judge me. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to use my Anastasia, my handy dandy Anastasia dip brow. And I use the color Chocolate for me, for my skin tone. Chocolate just gives me more of a natural look. At one point, I was using dark brown, but it got a little too dark for me where it was more of a heavier makeup type of brow product. So chocolate just works for me. Whatever look I'm doing, chocolate just works. I'm going to take, if I can find the brush I want. Yes. I'm going to take my Lancome number 13 brush. It's a dual-ended brush. This end I use for my brows, and this end I use for my concealer. So you can see it's about time for a new one. But I just dip into it a little bit. I always kind of put the excess on my hand because sometimes it can get a little heavy. And I kind of switch between this and the brow pencil from Anastasia. So I'm in between both. So if you're using the brow pencil, keep using that too. Like whatever, it just depends on what do you like best. Some people feel like using the pomade with the brush is a little difficult. So they like to use the brow pencil because you can control it better. But I just like a good just snatched on brow. And this is what this product gives me. But I'm just going to trace out the bottom of my brow like this. So you see how I'm doing that? I just trace out the bottom. Boom. First step. And then I'll kind of brush upward. See how we coming together? And this is the reason why I put a little bit on my hand. I could just brush back into that and then just snatch that tail right on, honey. And then I always, just me, I'll go back through the brow with my spoolie just to make sure it's not harsh. Nobody wants a harsh brow. Now, if you wear a harsh brow, honey, you wear that harsh brow. But for me, I don't like a harsh brow. Okay? And then I'm just gonna go back and just do the same thing with the other eye. And then we'll clean it up with a little bit of concealer. If you see me looking over here, I'm looking in my mirror because when I do my brows, I always have to look directly into a mirror to do them. So looking into the camera, it makes it a little tricky. So I always look into my mirror. So if you ever see me like looking off, that's what I'm doing, looking into my mirror. And like I said, I need my brows done. So I have a few little hairs right here that I'll probably pluck in the meantime. And I just grab my tweezers, any hair that's kind of like in the way, just pluck them right out. Voila. Okay, so now that we've done that, and you can buy this from Ulta, Sephora, some Dillards carry this brand as well. And I think it runs about $19. I'm gonna put it in the description box below how much it costs. But I think it's around there, from 19 to 22, something like that. Inexpensive brow product that literally lasts me forever. Okay, so I'm gonna use a little bit of my Juvia's Place concealer. This is in the number 11. And I got this, you can order online, because like I said, it's Cyber Monday, so you can go online and get all this stuff for super, super cheap. But I got mine from Ulta because I couldn't wait for it to come in the mail. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy it if I can have it now. So I usually take my concealer, I will make dots under my brow bone. It's like boop, 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 boop. Just like that. And then I'll go in with a brush because I love a good brush. And like I said, this is the dual-ended long comb brush in the number 13. Great brush, good quality. So I'll just go in here and just clean it up to get that nice groomed brow. And this concealer is kind of the same color as me, so it's not really giving me a highlighted underbrow like some people use, but like I said, it's a everyday look. So you don't want a brow that's too put together for an everyday look. Now what I do is, even though it's an everyday look, I don't have that many eyelashes. So if I do anything extreme, it comes within the lash. So, but we'll get there. What kind of lash I use. And I used to clean up on the top, but I stopped doing that. So I just usually go underneath and then hit the tail, just so the tail can be nice and neat. Voila, magic. Come through brows. All right, so after we do brows, I am going to go ahead into my under eye concealer, contouring and finishing the face, and then we're gonna come back to the eyes. So, like I said, I'm just gonna use a little bit of this Juvia's, the one that's kind of the same color as me. Now, I don't do the V anymore. I felt like it was kind of dragging my face down. So now I just kind of round it. I still do a little bit on the nose, on the cupid's bow, the chin, and then a few dots on the forehead. And so once I do that, I'll go in with my contouring stick. And this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills contouring stick in the color Cocoa. Looks like that. I love these. Lancome has some as well. I just couldn't find mine, so I'm gonna use this one. But this one's good too, nice and creamy. And you remember how in the beginning of the video, I told you that I don't put foundation around the perimeter? Well, I saved this spot for my contouring. And I always hit the jawline, make the face appear slimmer, because honey, I need all the slimming I can get until I lose some weight. And then I'll go in with sorry, I'm trying to look for the right brush. Usually I'll use my beauty blender, and I will use my beauty blender, but I'm going to blend this out first with a brush. And this is the large shaper brush from Sigma, the E60. And I just kind of pat this concealer in. And this Juvia's Place concealer is amazing. It gives you a really good coverage, but it's not super full coverage for everyday look. I'm just blending that on out. Do the same thing to the other eye. And the reason I do this is because I can control my product better when I use the brush first and then blend out the rest with my beauty blender. So you see how I still have like harsh lines here? I'm going to blend out all the edges with my beauty blender. Snatch that nose, honey. Snatch that cupid's bow and that chinny chin chin. I have a small forehead, so I don't need to really conceal too far up. Some people do big circles, like they go really big. I just do a small little one, and then I blend the contour down into that line to give me a seamless look. So now we got a little half moon going on. So I'm gonna use one of my favorite brushes of all time. This is my Makeup Forever professional brush in 108. Looks like this. Got it from Sephora. And I'm just going to blend out that contour that we put down, that cream contour, into that concealer. So you see how beautifully that's coming out? It's just giving us a seamless look. And you see how I'm kind of brushing out this line without messing up my highlight. My hair is getting wet. So I'm blending. Blending is key. And like I said, after we're done, we're still gonna go over everything with the beauty blender, just to make sure everything is blended seamlessly. Sorry, all my hair keeps getting in the way. Oh, I'm gonna retie this. So I'm having problems. There we go. Make sure she's tied on tight. All right. So back to what we're doing. On this side, now I'm just gonna go in after I've done blending with the brush. Go back in with that same beauty blender I applied my foundation with, and just make sure everything is blended together. She snatched me. Okay, so these are all blended together. Okay, so after I've done that, then I'm going to go in with I'm going to use my Morphe M536 brush, and it's a tapered powder brush, but I like to use it for pressing in powder for under the eye. It gives you a softer look. Now, some people will press in powders under the eye and kind of let it sit, which we call baking. I don't really bake anymore because that's for an extreme look. So baking is for your makeup to kind of stay a lot longer. For my everyday look, I usually just press whatever powder I'm using in, and my makeup still stays all day. So if you want to be extra, you can be extra. Now I'm using the Juvia's Place setting powder. Let me show you what I'm using. This is in the color Kalahari. This is one of their setting powders. It's more on the yellow side because I am a brown girl, so it's more of a yellow, but I love a good yellow powder. So I'm just gonna be using 2 powders today. I always will start with my yellow powder, tap a little of the excess off, and just press that powder into the skin. Just a little bit. And then the chin, right here in the cupid's bow, pretty much everywhere I put that concealer is where I'm putting this powder. Just setting those areas that we used creams. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with my True Complexion contouring palette, and this is the palette in medium to dark. And I'm going to contour, pretty much set in those areas where I use that cream. Now, this is one of my favorite palettes, so you can see where kind of hit and pan. Need to go get another one. But I'm using a large angle contour brush, the F40. This is by Sigma as well. A lot of my brushes are Sigma or Morphe. Just a good quality brush. If you want some quality brushes, Morphe and Sigma are the best brushes to use. So I'm just going into both. So I always kind of dip into both of them. Just get your swirl on. Just swirl on in those two. Okay. And I'll knock off some excess and just hit these areas that are contoured. Now you see that kind of made that contour pop a little bit more. And then I'm gonna go on this side, pop it there. See how we've kind of created that contour effect where it's not too sharp, but it's more of a natural contour. And now just kind of circular motions, hit my forehead and kind of blend here too. You always want to make sure everything is blended seamlessly, because you see how where we put that concealer and that powder, we're coming in with another powder. So we just want to make sure that this area is blended perfectly together. We want a cohesive look. We don't want to look choppy. And I always just finish it off with going down the sides of my nose. I have a pretty small nose, so I don't tend to contour it that much. I'll just use whatever is left on the brush to kind of just hit the sides and right here in the top of my eye. So now everything is set. And we're gonna go through with a little bit of, no, we're just gonna do that. She looks good. So now we're gonna go through with the eyes. Now, I'm gonna do like an everyday eye look. Usually I'll use one color, or like I said, a couple colors, like I said earlier in the video. I'm gonna go through with my Shape Tape concealer in the color Deep. And I'm just gonna pop a few dots on the lid, like that. And then we're bringing my Beauty Blender back into play. And I'm just going to blend that out. The reason why I switched concealers is because the Juvia's Place concealer is more of a creamy concealer, whether Shape Tape is more of a mattifying concealer. So even though I'm still gonna set my eye with a little bit of powder, this concealer just holds shadow much longer. So I love some Shape Tape. Okay, so my shadow base is down. And I'm gonna take that same brush that I used before with the Morphe Banana Rich powder. This one's not as yellow. So if you look at the two, I'm gonna let y'all see. Where Kalahari with the Juvia's Place setting powder and the Morphe powder. You see how much yellower the Juvia is compared to the Morphe? So I don't want something too yellow on the eye because it's gonna kind of mess with my colors that I'm putting on the lid. So I like to use something a little bit more of a true banana. So I'm gonna take that powder, and the brush is kind of the same. Now I use the Morphe for setting under my eye, and I'm going to use another Morphe brush. There's not a number on this one, but they're the same. So this was a gold edition kit I think I bought from them, and this one I bought separately. It just came separate. So it's the same kind of brush. It's a tapered powder brush, and I'm just going to use this to set my eye with the Morphe the Morphe powder. So I'm just going to pop that on the eye. And like I said earlier, how I use 2 powders, I'm bringing this powder down onto under the eye as well because it helps brighten a little bit. So I'm just gonna sweep the rest of that under the eye. Boom. All right, so after we do that, I am now going to start my eyeshadow look. Powder everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to use probably a combination of 2 palettes. I'm a Juvia's palette fiend, so I'm gonna be using the Masquerade Mini by Juvia's, which is this palette. I'm gonna be using these 2 shades. And those shades are Bucky, or hold on, let's see. I've been using this so much, y'all. Hold on, let me scratch some of the makeup off. Burkina and Fulani. So these 2 shades, you see, they're my favorite neutrals. They're my go-to neutral shades, so that's why they're hitting pan. If I could buy them separately, I would. Anyways, I'm just going to, y'all, I done got so much eyeshadow. You saw my finger hit that shadow? Y'all didn't say nothing. Look at that. Anyway, okay, so I am going to get a big fluffy brush. And this is that Morphe, that gold edition brush set that I told you I bought. This is one of the brushes that came in that kit with it. It's a nice fluffy brush. And I'm going to go into those 2 shades. Tap off some of that excess. And simple, I'll usually just blend these shades, this shade into my lid. I'll start it off in the crease area and then slightly drag it down like that. And then I'm gonna go back into them. Just continue to pop that into the crease. So it kind of is gonna give you that kind of look. And I just do that until I get the color that I want. Get the intensity. Like that. So it's like a neutral brown shade. Now if I'm feeling a little jazzy, I'll go in with that same Morphe Gold Kit. I'll go in with this color here. And that color is Zulu. And it's more of a richer, warm tone, where the other 2 browns are more of cool tones. And I'll just pop that right here in the center, just to warm that eye up a whole bunch. And you see how it just warmed the eye up a whole lot? And we're still keeping it neutral, y'all. Still keeping it neutral. I'm just gonna pop that there. That's it for that. And then I'll go back in with that same brush we used and just make sure you don't have any harsh lines. So that's what we did with that. And then I'm gonna go in with the warmer shade that we put on the lid, and I'm gonna sweep that underneath the eye. And I'm just going to I'm going to use my Lancome large shadow brush in the number 11. It's more of a flat brush, something like that. And I'm just gonna dip into that Zulu shade and just slightly just dust that under the eye. See how I did that? Just added that gradient look underneath. And like I said, it's an everyday look, so I never really put liner on, because liner can sometimes bring your daytime look into a nighttime look real quick. So I never do that. I always skip that part. Okay, so now I have it kind of shaded underneath and on top. Take this brush and just blend that, the rest of that out. Okay. And that's, once we've done that, I'm going to add my lashes. And the lashes I'm using today are called Rapid Response by ICU Lash Lounge. Literally, most bomb lashes. They have they have natural lashes for the girls who don't really want that big lash. They have the bigger lashes with like medium, thin, and thicker bands. Some people like the thicker bands. I'm more of a medium band type of girl. So this is what these look like. Like I said, they're called Rapid Response on ICULashLounge.com. Go shop. They're affordable and they're bomb. Who doesn't want a bomb lash for affordable price? I know I do. So I'm going to grab my lash glue, and I use the Lash Duo, which is the one that dries from white to black. Or I used to use the one that went to clear, but I could see it, so I started using the one that dried to black. So we're gonna use that one. I got that from Walmart. Get my tweezers. And I'm gonna be looking really heavy into my mirror, because if I'm doing my lashes, I have to look into the mirror. Just drying that lash. So what's y'all's favorite lashes? Like, do y'all, because I know I used to shop at CVS and Walmart, and I still do. I still get like a simple wispy. I know a demi wispy was my favorite lash, and the wispies are my favorite lashes from Ardell. So what kind of lashes do y'all wear? Let me know. Give me some new lash styles. Some affordable though, because when I shop like Lily Lashes or something like that, they're so expensive. So you have to catch a deal on those. And I don't always catch the deal. I seem to always miss the deal. So I'm just gonna look into my mirror. Let me get closer to y'all so y'all can see what I'm doing. So I always like to apply my lash in the middle first. And I'll do a tutorial on how I apply my lashes more in depth, so you can see how I do it. But for time reasons, I'm just gonna put this lash on. And like I said, even if it's a natural look for me, I'll always pop a good lash on. It's because it makes me feel complete. I'd be looking crazy with one lash on. Super easy. It'll usually take me about 30 seconds each eye to put it on. If you have patience to let the glue dry. Sometimes I don't have patience and I want to pop the lash on before the glues fully get a little tacky. But once it's on, it's on. Voila, lashes on. Okay, so I always put a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes as well. So let me tell you what I do for that. I always use my Lancome Cils Booster as my primer. This is a lash primer. You put it on your lashes, even if you don't wear extensions. You can always use this on your regular lashes up top. And the key to this primer is to apply whatever mascara you're going to put on next directly on top after you apply the booster, okay? Because applying your mascara on top of the wet booster makes your lashes stand out a whole lot more. Some people like to let their boosters dry. Depending on the brand, some brands you do have to let it dry before you apply a mascara on top. But for Lancomes, you don't. So, primer on. I'll grab my Hypnose mascara from Lancome. And I'll just put that right on top after I've applied that Cils Booster, which is a lash primer. Just like a primer for your face, for your lashes. There you go. This eye versus this eye. You can really see those lashes. And my lashes really aren't that long, so this Cils Booster really helps that your lashes stand out more. Do the same thing with the other eye. voila. Bottom lashes on. Okay, so once we do that, my favorite part ever, highlight. So my favorite highlighter as of right now is from my Bobbi Brown holiday kit. This kit probably came out about 2 years ago. It's a duo. So you have gold, which is my favorite color, and then a pinker color in here. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use, let me find the brush I want. Okay. I'm going to use this Lancome Cheek and Contour brush in the number 25. It has this fluffy brush on one end and then this brush on the other. I'll use this side. I'll just go into this beautiful gold shade. It's so pretty. And I always like to mist my brush because it just makes my highlight amazing. So I'll just pop that right there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm telling y'all, amazing highlighter. And that was a limited edition palette. I'm sorry, y'all. I shouldn't have used something that was limited edition. But I absolutely love the highlighting palette. Like, look at that. It's a subtle glow. It's not too much. It's like, what was you saying? What? I can't hear you. My highlight's beaming. Let's go back into that same color. Mist it. Oh, come on. Come on. Who can't get with that? And I'll just go back with that same brush that I contoured with, just to make sure those two are perfectly blended together. I'll go in with a little bit that's left on the brush, kind of brush it down my nose, a little bit on the Cupid's bow. It's a natural look, honey, but we like to glow. We like to be seen from space, honey. The highlighter speaks for itself. Okay, so once we do that, I'm gonna take a little bit of my Morphe Continuing Setting Spray, which I've been loving. Now, I've never used a setting spray in a can like this. I've always used either my Lancome setting spray, which is also a 24-hour setting spray, or I would use, you know, Urban Decay, you know, all-nighter, something like that. I always use that. But when I saw this, I saw so many reviews on YouTube about the setting spray, I was like, I'm gonna try it. Let me see if I like it, honey. I'd get my life with this setting spray. So a little bit goes a long way with it as well. Like you saw, I only did like a slight little mist. And it has a cute little cap. Don't mistake it for your hairspray though. That would be bad. So that, and then I'm going to finish with my lip combination. I'm going to go in with Mason by NYX, one of their suede lip pencils. And just lightly line my lips. And this is going to be an everyday type of lip combo. And this is Oh My Shimmer Color Design by Lancome. Just going to pop that on. You don't want nothing too bright. You want something that's subtle. Seem like you're not doing the most with your natural look. fluff those lashes up. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with, this is a Elizabeth Arden lip gloss in the color Dulce number 7. Love this lip gloss. It has slight little shimmers in it. So good, so good. I'm just gonna hot that on. Gives you like a cute little nudish look. But of course I'm not done because I'm extra, so I'm gonna add another gloss on top. And this one's the Dior Addict gloss in the number 451. And this is more of a pinker tint. I'm just gonna pop that right in the middle. Oof. Love this gloss. And one more time. Let's get one last mist in. And we're all done, y'all. I thank y'all so much for watching my first YouTube video. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a really, really long time. I've always said I was gonna do it and I would just not. But after, you know, working in cosmetics for so long, almost 5 years, I wanted to do something different. And I feel like YouTube can give me that, you know, that branch out that I want to do. I'm also gonna be like doing Instagram lives and Facebook lives, things like that, things you wanna see. So if there's anything else that y'all are interested in that you want me to show you, I can pretty much do anything. And if I can't do it, I'll look it up, try it, and then come show y'all how I figured it out for myself. So it's a learning thing, and I'm a big teacher. So if there's anything that you guys want to know about me, especially if you want to know anything about me, and I'll be doing some videos as well about me. So I just thank y'all for watching, and this is the first of many videos that I'll have. Let me take my